Room.
We on, y'all. We on. Hey,
we good.
Say, man.
Y'all done messed up.
Say,
Texas boys.
This might be the best session of the locker room. Welcome back to the locker room, baby. Wednesdays we go live. We do what we do. Normal thing. This is how we move, B-Mac. Worldwide is
right on.
Well, we're coming back with a classic episode, man. I got the Mount Rushmore Austin, Texas basketball. We might be missing a couple faces. We got one of them, baby boy. He the baby of this. After him, it was pretty much physical. As far as I'm talking about, we got Young Clack behind there. But I got Orlando Smart.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Legend.
The ball handler.
The best point guard come out of Austin, Texas, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
I second that motion.
Fitz, he used to give us fits. Tony Watts.
Oh, man.
Hello.
Gliding.
Introduced the world to taking out from the free throw line. We used to look at Clyde
glide.
Yep.
Then we got a chance. I got a chance to do it Southside Austin, Texas, in Crockett Gym. I seen him go live. I said, "Oh man, this man is for real." Longhorn legend. And
yes,
then we
sir.
got Mr. Basketball. This is the only Mr. Basketball I know from the state of Texas. And they hated then. He should have been in the McDonald's game. This is the one that used to make me really stay up all night, working on my game and getting my mind right. You must have one of these. Mr. Albert Burditt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir.
Mount Rushmore,
Yes,
Austin,
sir.
Texas basketball is in the building.
Man.
None other than my man, Worldwide Bobby Mack, holding it down. Mac Facts, pure knowledge. We dropping game and science all in one. We back. Sweet episode. Oh,
Man.
how y'all feeling, man? I know it was a surprise, man. Everybody didn't know how this was gonna unfold, but I had to have this, man. I had to have y'all,
Pleasant
man.
surprise. I'm thinking I'm just coming to do it one-on-one. I'm thinking, no, like, well, I'm gonna, because my whole thing was I wanted to talk about some old school people that people don't. But then y'all brought these two dudes. We had some battles.
Yeah,
Y'all don't understand
right
some of the battles we had with and against each other.
Yes.
I mean, it's just pure, just number of respect, number of love, man.
Number
I
love.
appreciate it, man.
Number love, man. We glad to have you on. Now, when we talk about Orlando Smart, man, we just talk about when you start thinking basketball, man. I told him I finally found somebody to play like you, man. It took forever, and I had to give it to him, man. Kyrie Irving is like Orlando Smart to me, and how he handles it from a young age on. When you see guys like that in the NBA, man, that kind of mimic your game, I know you one of them humble dudes, but not really, because you talk a lot of shit on the court, and you're highly competitive. But you a very humble dude. How does it feel when you see the next generation guys like Kyrie Irving, bro?
Kyrie, Steph, it's really unbelievable, honestly, what they able to do. Because Kyrie to me is Isaiah Thomas, the next Isaiah Thomas. Steph,
Right.
I've never seen anybody shoot the ball like Steph.
Right.
Nah.
And people just look at because he can shoot threes. Nah, man, you got mid range, you got pull up, you got off the dribble,
Got the complete
floater,
Complete
I mean,
package.
deep,
all around game.
man, all
All around
around.
game.
See, that's why I say you brought that.
Man.
See that, and see that's how I judge hooping, man. A lot of this is gonna be off my couch. This is when I get the flex, cause I feel like I got a standard.
Right,
And a lot of people ain't lived up to, and I feel like all of us do. So when I talk about you, go ahead.
But Ray, what you gotta understand is what you saying is this. When you see him, and then you see it again, you be like, that's how Orlando. So we have names before the boys that have come. You know what I mean? Like, he moved like Kyrie. Kyrie moved like man, Kyrie. So when you see that, a lot of people don't have it in their house.
No,
I'm being real.
That's true.
So this coming out of this.
We got hell. So you got to understand. A lot of people are like, what do you mean? Because these youngsters just see Kyrie. Right. These youngsters just see Steph and all that. But they didn't see him.
They don't understand the game.
And glide through the free throw line. Man, you thought Jordan was the only. Boards out there. Come on, man.
Man, then you average something like 26 or 28 and 15.
Crazy number.
Who does that?
But still.
So go ahead, Ray. My bad. I just wanted them to see that.
We're going to go down the board.
I wanted them to see that, though, man.
Flat out basketball and what it take to get it. Y'all going to get it straight from the greatest, man.
Right.
I ain't going to sit here and lie. I wish I could sit here and lie and say that I won every game. But I ain't gonna sit here and lie and tell you I didn't take some L's from these boys.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. You understand? But what was special about your game, man, and when I knew you could really do it was at LBJ. That had to be my junior year. No, because y'all beat us at LBJ 2 years in a row. My sophomore and my junior year. You know what I'm saying? Was my junior year. Because I was on my game. We went to state that year. So I'm coming over trying to help. And I'm seeing a young boy that's getting it off before I could get there. Boom. I said, oh, man, this nigga know how to judge. He really on his A game. Like, every year, Orlando Smart's game got better and better. And I'm like, man, what contributed to that? I know, but talk to him and tell him what contributed to that.
Part of it, man, I mean, just coming up in East Austin, going to Rosewood every day, being at Givens, being able to graduate to the big end. You remember that? His sister them used to be in there. Young kid, I mean, they push us around, but y'all wouldn't earn your respect. And you get to the big end. So that just, and every night, like you say, it's a dog fight. Man, and coming to y'all gym, like you hear NBA players talk about going to Madison Square Garden, you got to understand, the girls is dressed up. Man. The gym was packed.
What up, Jay?
So, they gym here, boy.
Man, people standing all around. They have both sides.
We ain't gonna even get to how y'all deals, my friend. Say, man, I'm going to tell you. Oh, man.
Off the glass, Ray. Off the glass.
Man, say, bruh, that was the craziest game I ever seen in my high school life. Because they was the hot boys in the city.
Right. Yeah,
at that time.
Had
Howard, y'all had Junior Kenny. Y'all was easily, there you go.
Easily.
They all
like
had
Stacey Augman.
You know how live we was. They all had black Adidas. We didn't have enough. We didn't have enough, bro.
But
they beat our rim in Walmart. My freshman year.
Hey, boy, go ahead.
Hey, y'all two, I'm sorry. Hey, share this video. I mean,
we got
represent where you from. If you're coming in right now, we got legends up here. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be a lot of laughing and talking and old school. We're gonna say some names y'all ain't never heard of. But don't worry about it, man. Just
do your research.
But I won't
do your research.
For the ones who know what's up, man. Hey, get your questions ready, get going, and pop it off. Hit one, hit the love button if we doing a great job, and we appreciate y'all sharing this, man. But back to the love, though.
Yes, sir.
So with the taking off, Mr. Tony Watson, what was your inspiration, man, really? Because some people love Mike. Who did you look up to that really made you want to add that to your game? Because you can hoop now, but the flair and the taking off, that was beautiful.
You know what? It was for me. It was a lot of it was just motivation because you got to think about it. I didn't get to Austin area until my 8th grade year. And then I went to a school that nobody even thought of for basketball. So every time I stepped on the court, I said, I got to wow somebody. I need somebody, my pops always told me, make them remember your name. And so if I went up and tried to dunk and missed, they're going to ask who was that.
Exactly.
And so my whole basketball was off of Dr. J, Skywalker, Michael Jordan, people that was going to get upstairs and make the people wow.
Okay, with that being said, let me say this so the world understand who you are. And when they start talking about Pflugerville, Texas, see me, I ain't care about Pflugerville, Texas. I felt like if I could handle East Austin, Texas, and hoop over there, I was the best hooper in the world.
We all did.
You understand?
Yep.
So
We all
with that
did.
being said,
We did.
in our eyes, Tony Watson was the first suburban kid, the suburban black kid out there.
The first.
The first black dude out of Pflugerville that put it down and went hard. But he was accepted because he came in the hood jumping over our head. You understand? He took what he deserved.
Man.
You understand what I'm saying? But go ahead, talk about
Right,
your
yeah, so I
inspiration.
mean, that was the first thing I said. It's like, hey, Pops, I need to find out where they hooping at. And when I say they hooping, where's the East Side?
Right.
Where's the now Given Spark? Where's Rosewood?
Yeah.
Where's HT?
Right.
I need to find these cats. And like I said, man, I saw Charles Duber in them.
Man.
You know, I saw cats that was like, oh my goodness. And see, for me, when I saw someone like Orlando Smart, he handled the ball like crazy. For me, I was just like, let me get upstairs.
Yeah.
So I had to learn. So once again, it was like, hey, coach, man, schedule LBJ, schedule Lanier, schedule McCallum.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
we need to play with these boys that's really getting it, because we out here playing all these other cats, and I'm clowning, but dog, we ain't getting better as a squad.
Right.
You know, you gonna have to play against somebody that's gonna pop you in the mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Elbow, everything.
Day in, day out.
Yeah.
Right, it's so
You know-
crazy because I think about how they move with the AAU circuit now, man. Just think if we, and this is one of the things that Orlando, he really loves me because we came up since 8th, 7th, 8th grade. He loved the shit out of me, y'all. But at the other same side, he hate my guts.
Yeah.
Because he know we should have been at the same high school together. And if we was at the
He
same
robbed us
high
on
school,
that.
I really should have been Southside with my man. You know what
Man.
I'm saying? And if we'd have played together, it'd have been crazy. But just think if that with the AAU circuit, bro. Back to what I was saying. What if we all would have been at the same school? That's how they form in the game now.
That's how they do it now.
Yeah.
That's how
How would that look, bro, in your eyes, dude?
We would have ran the gauntlet.
Well, I'm gonna give you an example. We were talking earlier, the AAU team we had.
Yeah.
We didn't lose a game. We beat the best in Texas. We
Yeah,
all,
did.
I mean, I can go some names.
Yeah.
Darryl Barnett, Fox,
Yeah.
Cedric Allen,
Cedric Allen,
Derek Williams, Sam Campbell, Derek Baines.
Demetrius Ross. Come on now.
We was all on the same team.
Come on.
And didn't lose a game.
That
Beat
was,
Shaq.
that was a heavyweight team.
And we
man.
didn't even
Well,
think
you know
like
what's
that back
crazy about that is that they got that video of the USA team back when Jordan and was on the Dream Team.
Right.
Practice was where it
Yeah.
was. That's where your
That was the
entertainment
competition
That was
man.
the competition.
Yeah, so they had us in practice at HT, and we getting it. I mean, we fighting them.
But see-
It's a battle every
Man.
time we in practice.
But see, when I hear y'all talk, that just gets me. That takes me back because y'all the same clowns that made Ray Jackson who he is. Because I couldn't play with y'all. Y'all wouldn't even let me play. Shit,
We wouldn't.
I wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep telling people, man, we come from legends. Like I come from a whole bunch of guys that was on the same wavelength, that was getting it before me, that made me step up, that kept me focused. And that's one of the messages I try to send to the kids. Your surroundings, your environment is crucial.
Yes.
You have to be around like-minded people out here.
Right,
It's
right.
important that you're around it. But our district was crazy too. Let's shout him out because I love them two boys. Them Johnston boys, the Darryl Burnett and Fox, man. I seen y'all in some heated, some heated.
All right, look. I've been knowing Sid since
Johnston,
we had
Eastside
Cedric
Memorial.
Allen.
Yep.
He probably the smartest basketball player that I knew coming up. Him and Charles Duber.
Yeah.
Charles.
Rest in peace, Charles Duber. Greatest.
Yeah.
Had the handle, just that flair.
Yeah.
Sid was right here.
Yes.
Man, he was so smart.
Yeah.
But then when they put Fox with it, they just put him over the top.
Right.
Because Fox, again, man, we talking about NIA All-American. We
Right.
talking about a dude who led the nation of
He was
assist in
a
junior
dog
college.
on the court.
You know, went
Yeah.
to the final. I mean, he did. I mean,
High
people talk about
highest
this
level.
man averaged like 18, 12, and 10 in high school.
Right.
Who does that?
In our district though.
In addition,
See,
people
but that-
forget
Which
about
is one
that.
of the hardest districts.
Was one
in
of the
Texas.
hardest districts.
The hardest.
Let me
Yes.
explain. Let me explain my sophomore year
Yeah.
how it played out. Y'all were juniors that year. I was sophomore. Derek Williams and them senior year. Mike Lewis and all them cats. That's
Yeah.
Fox and them senior year. We come into district 22-0. We lose 4 games in district and don't even make it to the playoffs.
Man, I tell people that
That's
all
how
the
tough
time.
it was.
I tell people that all the time. They don't
We
Wow.
lose 4 games in district and they were taking 2 teams at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lose 4 games in district, don't make it to the playoffs. That's how our district was night in, night out, man.
Night
And
in,
you
night
talk
out.
about competition, and you also talk about consistency, and that's what bred the consistency in my life.
Right.
Talk to him about that consistency,
I mean,
B.
but
the consistency is right here, right? Because they still here to talk and we still here to do this.
Right.
And that's a blessing. You know what I mean? But what these youngsters need to understand is the vision.
Got to see it.
His vision, his vision, your vision. I want to say we didn't have as much
Distraction.
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 But if you let's really think about it though, just and we ain't gonna go there, okay? I ain't gonna go deep into that. We had ball. Man, say cut his cask off just to keep balling.
Yep.
He balling with a cast still on, still trying to. So you gotta understand the mindset that these youngsters don't have these days right than what we had. It was all you thought about all these because you had to ball against them.
Yeah.
See, these boys got too much distraction going on, and then when they don't shine that night, oh man, we're back there. You know what I mean?
Right. Hungry though.
You took it to the heart when he beat you. You beat. I mean, he that's on him for like 2 weeks. Like
He made me cry before.
yeah. So you see what I'm
He
saying?
made me crying so chairs.
And
The
see,
chairs
that's
in the
real
Final
right
Four,
there,
you
man.
see,
That's the
bro?
passion of the
I
sport.
threw them chairs way before the Final Four dealing
That's
with
the
this
passion of the
cat.
sport, man. And I believe that you don't just dump that off like that. You know what I mean? But y'all stay tuned. The quarter's over. We're finna go into the second half. We're gonna keep bringing it. Small little break. We're gonna make sure it come right back.
Come right back with these legends.
We gotta come back
Mount
with these legends.
Rushmore. We ain't talking about nothing really. We're gonna get good. We're just reminiscing. And we're gonna keep reminiscing.
Yes.
Locker room, second quarter, come back, get at it. We live and direct, baby. We back for the second quarter of the locker room, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Mount Rushmore. Say, man, I had this story I gotta share, man, because some of these young kids are scared to get embarrassed nowadays, don't they? They don't give it all. They scared to fail. And they scared to give everything and still be embarrassed.
Right.
But what that did for me was made me go back to the lab and work even harder. You understand what I'm saying?
There you go.
So I remember one day, just so y'all won't never say, because I never lie, we were at Lanier. I got dunked on. Dooney shooting a free throw.
You said that.
I said that before?
You saying it now.
I'm saying
you don't want to hear that shit.
I don't want to hear it. No more.
You don't want to say it no more.
You
don't want to hear it no more.
Last time.
So look.
That's it.
But I didn't want to throw no down. I never been a snitch. Al.
You ain't even gonna dry snitch.
But it was 3 other bodies.
So you dry snitching now.
Lightweight. If they know the roster.
Right, okay.
So the boy Dooney shooting the free throw. I say, man, all right, I got top. Boom, 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 got bottom. Another dude got the other side on the other slot. It's back when you played the whole block. Now they don't even let you play the whole block on free throws no more. No. So we had like 8 niggas on the free throw line. So Dooney shoot the ball. Bam. He missed it. Perfect, y'all. And it bounced straight off the back of the rim. Boom. And bounced straight up in the air. And instead of blocking out, I don't block out. I step late. Boom. And everybody stepped late. He already in the air.
Already in there.
That wasn't nice.
He took one step, bro, and he caught it out with our whole team. Man. And when I tell you, I say, man, it just make your mind go. I say, man, this nigga got another and one a different kind of way. He already shooting the free throw on the and one, and then shoot a free throw and then go get it. And we fouling him, and he hanging on the rim with one hand from the free throw line. I'm like, man, this is real basketball.
Yeah, man.
But like I said, Austin, understand your value and know what you come from. This man was the first Mr. Basketball in the state of Texas that come from Austin, Texas. You understand what I'm saying? At a Lanier High School. You can be great. You got to put the work in, youngins. And it's on your parents, too, to let you be great. And let you be coachable and let you take L's. You can't move them around to the best program and all that when the program is hot. Let them lose. Let them not make the playoffs. You understand what I'm saying? Let them lose. Back to y'all, fellas. Let's get to it. So we're going to take it to the next level because these men play D1 basketball. They had very successful high school careers. As collegiates, they played very good basketball at a high level. Orlando Smart came in and broke the rookie record of assists, Talk to me about that. Let's talk about that. Let's celebrate that, homie. You know I love you, bro. I see you come from nothing, boy.
Yeah, went in, broke Kenny Anderson's freshman assist.
Who is Kenny Anderson? Don't he have a housewife or something like that? An Atlanta housewife or something?
That's the same one?
Yeah,
that's the same. That Kenny Anderson.
That one.
That Kenny Anderson.
Go to work then. Go to work. Talk to me about that, baby.
Wanted to get out of Austin, went as far away as I could. Man. Try to make a name for myself in California. Could have went to Baylor, a couple of close schools, but I just, I went out there and just tried to make a name for myself. Had a, storied career, Hall of Fame, and the conference and the school.
He did.
Top 10 in assists steals in the nation, all time at the time. So man,
what school was that? What university?
San Francisco.
University of San Francisco. Tell them a legend. One of the basketball guards is from
Bill Russell. Bill Cartwright. They the only two.
Come on, man. That's
guards. Hall of Fame, Hall of Honor for the conference, and I'm number 3.
You Nobody thought on the flag.
You put that in your pipe and he knows 3.
Say that again. In front of you.
Say it again.
Just got inducted to the Hall of Honor, West Coast
Congratulations, baby.
Yes, sir.
So what's the names again?
Bill Russell, Bill Cartwright.
Man.
God, those some names.
Missing more, but those are the only ones. We the only 3 in it right now.
No, that's all what matters right now.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, because nobody don't know them 4th and 5th. They start losing it.
Man.
They start losing the name after
So understand this. He's one of the reasons that I didn't go to University of Texas, and these are 2 of the reasons why I considered going to the University of Texas. I felt like, boom, they were gonna play basically my same position at one another at some point.
Yeah.
But I always really wanted to play with a great point guard, and I knew, just off childhood dreams that if me and him ever got together, we could shock the world. That was just my mindset, you know. But let's talk about this UT thing. Let's talk about you making that decision because you went to UT the year before. You opened the door, really, for Austin, Texas cats going to UT. Tony, let's be
real.
Let's keep it real. I mean, Tony Watson. Let's talk about Tony Watson because Tony Watson is the groundbreaker for this area in a lot of ways, bro. Because everybody coming from Louisville now.
Like it or not.
Ain't no everybody
like
want to
it or
play
not.
in UT now. You understand what I'm saying? So you are what everybody is becoming now.
Well, a lot of it is because of what I saw. You gotta understand. I got on the course here, east side of Austin, playing ball with all you guys. I was like, man, that's family. Well, what if we stayed and played at the same school?
Right.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and sign here. I signed my junior. Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah, I do. I remember that.
I signed my junior out of high school because I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and get this set now. And maybe, man, if I get Doom to come, if I get some of these other cats to come, man, we're going to be cold because we were beating everybody.
At home.
At home.
At home.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to run out of tickets. You know what I'm saying? I was
Black went to UT. They got 3 of them.
Chris.
trying to blow this
Chico,
back.
folks.
Chico, yeah.
Trying to blow this thing up, man. And that was kind of my idea because I knew we
Groundbreaking,
had a good
boy.
thing here. You know what I'm
So I
saying? I was like,
had
let's take this worldwide.
We'll research.
Let's take it worldwide, man.
Tony's the reason I went to UT. I mean, he is the reason.
Well, I mean, because we tried to get Shaquille. Shaquille was already with Dale Brown.
Yep.
And so he wasn't coming. We tried to get some cats out of the Dallas area. Thomas Hill.
Thomas Hill.
He went to Duke.
He went to Duke.
Lamont Hill's brother.
BJ Tyler left and went to DePaul.
First, and
And then he came
home.
back.
Yeah.
Benford Williams was all. I mean,
We used to cook them in the summer.
oh yeah.
Eat the boys in the
boys
summer.
alive.
Oh, tell them, don't be humble right
We
now.
got him.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what
because
I'm
I knew
saying?
we had something good here. You know, it was based around Fox said we had good guard play.
Oh, man.
We ran the court.
Shout
We
out
knew-
Derek Williams because you was slept
Man.
on, boy. You
Yes,
was in
sir.
one of them general. You
Not
was
in
in
my
that
eye, he
one.
was. He
Nah.
wasn't slept on in my eye.
Fresh,
Boy,
yeah, fresh.
Man.
Well, what it was, he was our enforcer because a lot of teams did sleep on him. A
Yeah.
lot of other coaches did sleep on him.
Yeah.
And so he come in and get him for a quick 15, 20.
Man.
Soft jump.
Easy
Soft
money.
ball, man.
Easy money.
One of the most
Money.
fundamentally sound cats
Yes,
that we
man.
played
Easy
with
money.
or against.
Yeah.
Derek
So,
Williams.
so when we talk college, tell me about that experience initially, and either one of y'all can jump with it. What's some advice you would give to these young people right now, preparing for that jump to college, or even just preparing to even think I can obtain a college scholarship? Talk about that experience.
You think,
Talk
Dom?
about that initial college experience.
I mean, the transfer, the high school to that level. He say, Mr. Dooney, I'm trying to go here. What I need to do? Can you prepare me?
You know what you got to do? You got to stay hungry, man.
Okay.
Don't ever think you made it.
Mm.
Don't ever think you made it. Don't think because you signed with University of Texas or Duke or Carolina or whatever, you made it when you put that jersey on. You got to stay hungry, man. I mean, as high schoolers, junior high, we were hungry all the time. I never ever thought I was the best player at my position, at my school, in my city, state, or university. Because I knew it was always somebody out there that was working. The one thing I knew, I wasn't going to always be the most talented, but I was going to work.
Outwork you.
I was going to outwork you, baby. And that's what I did. Just got to stay hungry, man, and stay humble. You know, don't be a sore loser. Don't be a sore winner. You know, because you can beat us high up, but if you're humble, when you get knocked down, it'll be easier to get back up and get back to that level again. So, but
that
stay
humble
humble.
pie coming.
But stay hungry,
It
stay
will
humble,
come.
man.
It will
Yeah,
come.
that's coming.
You
That's
gotta
coming.
understand on that hungry part. You gotta watch this now. I tell people this all the time. Hungry. You want to be like a lion. You got tattoos of lions all over you. Lions eat all day, every day. People don't.
That's true.
Because we get comfortable.
Yep.
Can't be content.
You know what I'm
Can't
saying?
be
You
content.
feel me?
Can't
That
be content.
hunger, see your hunger and these hungers, that's two different hungers.
It's two different. It's two different.
So you're going to have to really break it down for that youngster to understand what the hunger you talking about.
Yeah.
Dude. I can say, stay hungry. He going to like, okay.
I
You
know what you mean.
You know what I mean, though. But
You
he need to know.
He
know what I run into. I see a lot of kids, and you can notice a kid when they walk in the gym.
If they hungry or not.
If they hungry or not.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But what I'm faced with is a lot of kids that say they want it and don't do it. Now, what's worse is that 6'8" kid that has natural ability,
Right.
who ain't hungry.
Man, but
And he'll get through high school,
Man.
and everybody will know who he is. But then he coming back and wondering, well, how come I didn't get drafted? Well, how come I didn't do this? You know, how come I didn't get that accolade? It's because you living off of your athletic abilities.
Right.
You living off the fact that your coach couldn't coach you. He relied on you to jump over everybody and go around them real quick and run down the court.
Basketball, but you talking basketball.
Yeah.
Why you talking basketball? You don't want to talk basketball, hey,
yeah, baby.
you start going over their head. I thought we were supposed to dribble around corners and shoot.
Yeah, man.
But once you get to a certain level, you got to realize everybody can jump.
Everybody good.
Everybody can dribble. Everybody can shoot.
What make you different?
What make you better? What make you different?
And it's
Hunger.
it's them times that where that gym lights fading out and you still shooting.
That's
what
real.
it is. It's if that gym ain't open, you trying to find 4 and 5 other ways to get that gym open so you can go in there and work out.
No.
Oh,
That's it.
Like if coach took you out with last 4 minutes of game because you was tired, then there's a track outside.
Right.
Get
No
right.
one should tell you to do that.
Man.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So what I would tell kids, let me give you a story. Like when I was in college, I found a way to rig the gym where we played.
Right.
One night I'm in there shooting in the dark. My AD come in. What you in there doing? Man, I'm just getting shots up. Next thing I know, I had the key, I had the code, I had
Look at that.
everything.
Yeah.
But I learned a way to break in my own gym
Right.
in college. And the dude told me one time.
For real though, he
That's why he is, though. That's why
been a gym rat since
Man.
I known him.
And a
Go
lot
ahead.
of kids, they work out. Now, some kids are putting in work, but I think what they do, they make working out a habit. You just because you getting shots up or you dribbling, like you said, comb up, if you're not really working and you're going through the motions, you're not getting better.
Right.
It's just become habit. I'm going to the gym just to go to the gym.
Right.
No, man, you got to put in that work.
You gotta put in that
And you
work.
got to play games with yourself. I tell my
Mental
son all the
games,
time, man,
yeah.
you got to be in the gym. When you working out, you got to play games with yourself.
I tell him the same shit.
And you
You
gotta
say
have an
looking outside
imagination.
yourself.
Yeah, you gotta have an
playing
imagination.
you.
I'm playing somebody.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just go in there and they think because they shooting,
Right.
I should be getting better.
Right.
Nah, man, you gotta be playing, like actually playing the game.
Gotta be
in the gym
game
by
speed.
yourself.
Yeah.
Game
Gotta
speed.
be game
So it's the
speed.
way you work. It ain't just
way you
going to the
approach.
gym. It's
I
your
call
approach.
it the mirror image.
Yeah.
It's the mirror image.
Yeah.
Well, you know, one thing I also did is
That's real talk.
I always found somebody that was better than me, that was in close proximity,
Yeah.
and I challenged them all the time.
That's right.
I don't, you know, I had a cousin growing up
Man.
in West Texas that he would beat me every single time I stepped on the court, and I couldn't do nothing about it but beat him up. I just fight him because I was like, okay, if that's the case, we gonna fight.
Right.
He was like, man, well, learn how to shoot,
Right.
learn how to dribble.
Yeah.
And every day I had this cat, and so when I got here, I was like, oh man, I'm finna kill these boys because y'all not even pushing me.
Man.
Y'all not even trying to undercut me. Y'all not scratching me or nothing like that. It was like I wanted to win so bad that
Yeah.
wasn't nothing gonna stop me.
But y'all are those guys like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Y'all was the ones that made me realize points on the court. Like if I let Tony Watson get right here, he might dunk on me. And you was the same
Yep,
way. I was
same
like,
way.
man,
And you too.
I gotta keep
Yeah.
my body on
Yeah.
this cat
all
because
times.
or get out the way.
Well, that ended,
You know
up,
what I'm saying?
that ended up happening to us when we was playing in college.
Yeah.
So when we played against each other in college, I was
Yeah.
like, oh hey, I know let me get up on him.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You know what
And then know that the difference is the cameras is out there. My mama's in the stand.
Yeah.
Hell no, you get behind me.
See, that's the hunger and consistency
Yeah,
that y'all
man.
brought to the table.
That's
like,
what's
man,
up, man.
you gotta play hard every series, every time down, and you might get embarrassed. This boy, and I'm gonna tell you, Lando, the first one in the high school game that I seen come down and throw the ball through his legs. At Craig, remember that dime you dropped? It was on the news. People went crazy. He come down the court on a fast break against us and throw it through his legs and look the other way.
I can
He
see
throw
that.
it to who was that? Chalk.
I can see it.
Chalk fresh off a knee injury. He can't even show you how sweet the pass was. Chalk can't even jump fresh off a knee injury. He's so wide open. Orlando done faked the whole team out. Chalk can't even jump, and he crippled and laid in. Scored a bucket,
That's how
dog.
live it was,
Man, it was
though.
so live, dog.
Yeah,
But,
that's live,
you know,
yeah.
we're going to come back, man. It's
Yeah.
halftime.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we about to talk about these boys getting paid in this game in Cali and how they trying to do it in other
Here we
states,
go.
man. We're going to talk about this money in the game. Because, see, some of these boys, if y'all ain't heard it from me, they could have surpassed college. They could have went straight to the league. Just so you know.
This was here too.
If they was playing in this era. You understand? Hey, Love and share this.
All 5 of them.
Hey, love and share. This is basketball royalty, man, right here. We missing some, but I'm going to let O shout him out second half. We're going to pay homage, man. We here to uplift and motivate our people and continue to grind and get it, baby.
Yes,
we love
sir.
you. Locker
Yes,
room.
sir.
Stay tuned for them Mac Facts. He finna give you that game, baby. We love y'all. Second half.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing out there? This is Max Back. Pay attention. We're going to talk about some good topics. We're going to keep it simple, but we're going to keep it real. Stay tuned. It's coming. I'm coming right at you with these facts. I hope you're ready, baby.
I love that, man. I didn't do it. She did that.
I love it, man. Well, hey, Mac Facts, everybody, how y'all doing, man? I've been getting a lot of text messages because they say, Mac, man, you been on this hip on this health, man. And I said, well, you know, I'm going to give it to you raw and real. That's all I know how to do it. High blood pressure. It's killing us. It's giving us heart disease. Because, why? Why you say that, Mac? I said it because you text me, you inbox me, you hit me on the low. You even hit me in my Instagram. So this is important for me to tell you. It's starting to be the #1 killer outside of in our race, blacks, Spanish, behind us. I ain't leaving out the white folk, but they in it too. But the main thing is this. Listen, you saying, how do I get high blood pressure? Well, let me just give our schoolers like in our age growing up, we're not young no more. We in our 40s. We getting older in this. But I want to just tell you this. You cannot eat what you used to eat. You can't slam the burgers like you was. You can't slam the fries. You can't slam the fried chicken. I don't care how many commercials they putting on you. I don't care what are you doing and what you thinking about it. You got to understand this. Listen, your heart control everything. And you keep putting that in there because you got pipes that go along. It's pipes that goes to your heart, and that's in this blood flow. They steady coming. Well, over the years and over time, plaque build up. So when that builds up, when that plaque builds up, it start closing it because you eating fried food, because you eating enchiladas, because you eating melted cheese, because I can go on chips, and then you backdooring it with we call them down here soda water. You know what I mean? But but your cholesterol is rising, your BMI is off, all of that, and you don't know it. Why? Because we don't have a glass frame. We can't see what we doing to ourselves. But your body is smarter than you. It's going to warn you at first. And once you start, oh, man, I'll be all right. I ain't going to take none of that. Honey, stop playing. I ain't playing. This hurt. They say it feel like a sledgehammer when it hits your chest. You go to the hospital. You got people jumping on your chest, trying to keep your heart going. They blowing in your mouth. Your eyes is going left and right. You're delirious. Why? Because you thought you could eat the same food that you was eating when you was in your 20s. No, it don't work like that. That's not how the body works. Mac, how can I stop this? How can I prevent this? #1, you got to cut red meat out. I'm sorry. You're going to have to cut red meat. Sodium. Sodium. Y'all got to understand this. And when these people are in these factories and all this food is going through these places and these chickens and turkeys and all that, do you understand that they put sodium in them just so they survive? And then here you go with your salt. And here you go with your intake. No, that tastes like hospital food. There you go with some more. Your blood pressure rising. See, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. The ones you leaving behind, it's like I told a person this the other day, how much you love yourself. Host food costs too much. How much you love yourself? What's your value? Is the value of you? Your loved ones got you. You don't care, but you say you do. I say this all the time. You say you love your wife and your kids. You say you love your family. You always say it. But every time you pick up, when you at that game eating them buffalo wings, you gotta cut out. You gotta slow down on the alcohol. It's gotta come to a end. You gotta cut back. People understand this. I'm giving you free game for free $99. Or you can go to the doctor and he can co-pay you to death. However you want to do it. It's up to you. But don't never say Mac Fact didn't let you know what was going on. I love all y'all.
Viewers, we appreciate everything y'all doing and watching us. I hope you getting a lot from the Mac Facts, because we're going to come at it every week with new Mac Facts. We're going to bring it to you. You're going to love it. Thank you all for coming in, but I hope you just pay attention to what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to get out here, reach the community, and get these Mac Facts. It's all about you guys. It's not about us. It's bigger than us. Mac Facts coming at you.
Let's go, baby.
Say, man, we back. You see Duty wiping down.
Yeah, man, yeah. It's real over here.
Bobby Mac make you want to pour your cups out and go home, clean your refrigerator out.
Man.
It's real, though. It's free game.
Yeah,
I told you it's free and it's real, man. Watch your health, man. We dropping like flies for no reason.
Right on.
We got to watch what we put in our bodies. Orlando, you want to get busy right after half and talk to them about some history. Listen up. Clear your ears.
Here we go.
So it's rare that we get these opportunities, so I really appreciate Ray for inviting us all in here.
Most
letting us do this.
definitely, man.
But I also want to, there's 4 names that I'm going to shout out because these are people I played with, I respect it, and they're no longer here. But before I do that, I also want to take the time to say, man, there's so many Little League coaches that we had, our parents, friends, to anything that we accomplish is because of them, the L.D. Washingtons of the world. Those people that, I mean, he was a legend on the east side, you know, middle school coaches, high school coaches, the Harvey Rose of the world, and the Lenore Brantleys of the world. So these are people that
Definitely,
people
boy.
have, you know, people don't know because they're not here, they're not involved, but that's why we're here.
Man.
Those are the people, and back then it was for free.
For free.
Wow.
They wasn't we didn't pay them to have practice. They was picking kids up. Man, I used to be Carl Lewis was my little league coach. I don't know if you remember y'all remember Carl. Man, he had 10 of us in that car. Driving us around free. No gas money. They wasn't making money off this. They wasn't hey, charge me to train your kid. It was none of that.
None of that.
So I just want to take the time to thank all them for doing that.
That's right. That's right.
That's off the G's.
Another
What's
thing.
up, man? Keep going.
The first point guard I saw in Austin, his name was Charles Duber. He's no longer here, so I want to make sure I mention his name.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, one of the coldest dudes, that smoothest cats I ever seen in my life.
Yes. A true student of the game.
Then I got another one that y'all gonna appreciate this. Yep. We played Little League football together. Great dude, and y'all don't even know that we was friends growing up and stuff. Reggie Anderson.
Yes.
Reggie.
LBJ Legend.
Yeah.
TCU.
My legend.
That's your guy. Yeah.
Man, if I told y'all the football team, we had him on that team. Kenneth Alexander was on that team. Sad Jackson was on that team. Man, we had Eugene Creighton was on that team. Man. Oh my God.
Uni.
One we just lost. Jim Mason.
Legend. Left-hander. Man.
He was part of the reason why I wanted to be the LBJ.
Wow.
Because we just had that rival. He came on playing up.
Man.
It was respect. But that's what we had, and that's no longer here. And then last but not least, my brother, my friend, Eric Clemens.
My God.
That's my boy.
That was my point.
That was his two guard. That was my two guard, combo guard.
That was a combo.
And they not here, and people don't understand how good they really were, man. When you hear these names, you don't hear those names as much.
No,
you don't hear those names. No. But I mean, they was phenomenal.
Phenomenal, bro.
All of them.
He had one. He had one at his school. What's my man? Roderick Easley.
Yeah.
Roderick, first cousin.
Wow.
Roderick Easley was
man.
Who did you just say?
Stacey
Augmon.
Man,
he was Stacey Augmon.
Roderick Easley.
Wow.
My kinfolk, Roderick Easley, man.
Stacey Augmon.
He was the Stacey Augmon of the day.
But let me tell y'all this about our era, though, man, so that y'all understand this, and I want y'all to get it. Like I said, my sophomore year, we undefeated until we come in the district. We go to all the hot tournaments, Dallas, San Antonio, Waco. This all preseason. Back then, we had one of the hottest tournaments in the state was the AISD tournament. Mm-hmm. That's when we saw that infamous Larry Johnson. We talked about before the show.
Almost spit my drink up.
But Larry, Grandmama do it to you, boy.
Boy came through here and did
Ooh, man.
But at the time, man, our district was so tough. It was incredibly tough. One night, you got Lando at Crockett. Next night, you got Lanier. You got Dooney. The next night, you got Duber at Austin High.
Sam Campbell
at Reagan. Next night, you got Sam Campbell, my cousin Rice at Reagan.
Johnston.
Then you got Johnston.
Ooh.
And then don't screw up before they screwed up the districts and took Travis out. You might have Richard Speed them at one school at Travis that might give you a dog fight. Or them boys at McCallum. Because, you know, it was crazy back then.
Tim Farley.
Capital, another one. Capital,
That's my cousin.
Chris Brown, after you, was one of the best point guards that I've seen in a long time come through Austin, Texas. And I think, Clack, you can attest to that. At McCallum, he gave us the fits one night. I was ready to knock his head off.
Now, we can't forget my man, Junior Kenny.
Come on now. You talk about getting dunked on.
Come on now. He said, I got the can't forget my man.
I'm not going to give you a me getting dunked on.
He got me.
Yeah. That was my rival.
That dude there.
That's how I was like, yeah, that nigga.
Mine too.
That one right there.
Right off of Lyle.
I had to see him at UT, like them Sundays at UT outside court.
They don't even know nothing about that. These boys don't know nothing about
That's
that.
how I broke
the media.
The backboard there. Cut my
right there.
wide open.
You know what? I broke mine on the same court.
Right, because we was always going.
That's just what it
We was
was.
always going.
Man.
Every day we was out there on that first court. You had to work your way up to that first court.
Like I said, you gotta be hungry.
You gotta be hungry.
You gotta be hungry.
We used to get in the Gregory gym at midnight on Friday nights.
Midnight basketball.
When everybody else was getting dressed up to go out, we was getting dressed up to get it in.
That's that hungry.
But
We
that's
used to be-
also,
yeah.
and I'm going to get this to you. I got to get a bar because in your words, that's also sacrifice. You got to sacrifice, bro, if you want to be great.
But you got to
talk about
sacrifice come with a price. Huh? Giving up, this is what I tell people. So you're giving up your time. And a lot of people don't want to do that. Y'all gave up y'all time.
But we gave up our time to make ourselves better.
But y'all gave it up.
Yeah, we gave it up.
You see what like you said, he in the gym, breaking locks, getting in there, hitting the hoops. Y'all in the gym midnight.
How many people we sneak into Gregory?
Constantly.
Sacrifice.
We play at Gregory Gym from midnight to 3 in the morning.
Man.
And then we'll get up and be at HT at 7 in the morning. Because we had to be
And
out of there by
Charles
noon.
used to open the doors for us.
Used to open the door.
See but he saw the hunger.
We stayed hungry.
You see what I mean?
You know why I stayed hungry? Because I knew he was out there.
Yep.
Right.
I knew
And
he
I knew
was out
Junior
there.
Kennedy was out there.
Junior Kennedy out
And
there.
I knew this dude was out there.
and we was gonna see.
I lost so much sleep over this cat here, man.
Likewise. Likewise.
I did.
Brother. Likewise.
That's real talk, man.
It could be an embarrassing moment.
Hey, it take
we
people
talk
a lot
about
to
people
say
in
that, man.
LBJ. Your whole life could be ruined behind the Dooney episode, bro.
Or behind the radio episode.
No, man, because we had Eric Coleman. I love you. That was my point guard.
Yeah.
Man, he could mimic and crack jokes like you don't know, bro. We worked so hard. We ran cross country. We put in all the work so that we wouldn't get embarrassed by dudes.
Yeah.
And for y'all to win games, that was gut wrenching.
Yes.
But what I told my team is, I know these dudes. I came up with them. They grinding just as hard as we are.
Mm-hmm.
And give y'all some smart history. I always been a Michael Jordan fan, but that man right there turned me on to Michael Jordan in college. He said, man, you don't even remember that back in the game when you're talking basketball.
And you know who I got it from?
Who was that?
Eugene Craig.
Eugene
The
Craig.
first person told me about Michael Jordan. I didn't know who he was. And Lynn Botts, for that name.
That's real.
We was in
But
elementary.
they don't know Eugene was an animal, bro.
Man, Eugene probably one of the best athletes
Ever.
come through us. Just an athlete.
He still swole like that.
Yeah, I seen him a couple weeks
You
ago.
might pick up a car with one hand.
Yeah.
Football, basketball,
Old man strength.
You know this, man.
Yeah.
My G.
And I'm gonna tell y'all name, arguably the best player ever come through here, Jason Shedd.
Oh, man, I can't
Come
bother
on,
say
first
that name.
cousin now.
Oh, he lit it up now.
First cousin.
He was an athlete. Oh, yeah, he lit it up now, man.
All three sports.
And then his brother Elvin came. Now they got Jamal coming through
Baby
later.
boy, come
He Jamal's the real
We
deal.
gotta get Baby Boy on the show,
Yeah,
though, man.
man.
We're gonna have a basketball edition with these high school boys coming soon.
Gotta
man.
get Jamal
Please.
on.
Let me get y'all's opinion as we moving, because we finish strong as we always do.
Yeah.
Y'all doing great in life with your families and everything. We're gonna get to that, but let's talk about these boys in California getting this opportunity to make a little money off the game. You played in Cali. You actually attended college in Cali. How would this affect you? And I know all of us went through it.
Right.
Well, we played the EA sports games with ourselves back in the game, and we added our number and our rosters together.
Man.
How did
Man.
we
Young kids don't even know about it.
gambled off double
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Gambled. But how does it make you feel seeing these young boys, and what are your thoughts on the opportunity before these young boys right now?
I absolutely love it, man. I think it's a huge step. Shout out to Ed O'Bannon.
Definitely, Ed.
I mean, that's one of the things that, if you think about it, I'm going to tell you one thing that happened to me at Texas. I redshirted my freshman year.
Right.
And I remember coming out in my regular clothes to go sit on the bench, and the Longhorn mascot had my jersey on.
Man.
I didn't think nothing of it then.
That's crazy.
I didn't think nothing of it
That's
then.
crazy.
I was thinking, man, actually, I looked at it like, man, that's all right.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? They got my name on it. But when I think about it, man, people are coming. They know I'm from Pflugerville. They filling that gym up. Man, I don't get to ride home in no brand new whip as a result of that.
Right.
You know, so the fact that cats can come out, go to a school, and have the opportunity to get some funding, because I mean, I think all we had was a Pell Grant if you qualified at the time,
If you qualify.
and you know,
I got one.
the fact that we can do that now, that's coming to the table. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
I think it's a beautiful thing.
It is. It is. What are your
I'm not gonna
thoughts?
say I'm for or against it, but what I want to piggyback on what Tony said. How do you regulate that? I mean, say from the University of Texas, before you and I, it was Travis, Joey,
Lance.
and Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this bill was in effect for them,
Right.
they would have made endless amounts of money. Now,
They made a majority of the money, and also if you want to go off of that right there, if you think about it, what about the smaller D1s that don't have UT money?
See?
I get that,
Right.
but how do you regulate it? Do you
Take
say?
little
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you pay all the players, or just the players that are getting money off of their likeness, like a Kevin Durant
I think you should start
or
out paying them
Zion
all.
Williamson? But how do you regulate
I'm
it though?
gonna tell you this.
They all make a set amount.
Initially, you can give a stipend across the board to everybody. But my thing is this: allow them to make money off their likeness and utilize whatever platform, whatever they want to at that highest level of platform. You got to think about it. Even though we had great careers, when I was at Michigan, that was at the height of my marketability.
Right.
You gotta
That
think
was
in
at
college,
the height of
college,
anybody's
college,
marketability when you were at
so
Michigan.
allow an individual, whether it's an AutoZone or Mama's Kitchen,
Yeah.
Let me sell that and make money off that and bring notoriety to that at that point in time in my life. And that's all I'm asking. Give us a stipend, but allow me to make real money. Because some of us got hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of us got real hustle.
That's
and
right.
we come from hustle.
Right.
I see what you're talking about.
Don't limit us.
Yeah.
But what about that guy that never gets in the game? He's the guy on the end of the bench. How do you convince him or her, in whatever sport it is, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, how do you convince that person to come to practice every day and give 110% when they know that top person
It's getting.
is getting that money?
They already know it though.
They already know.
I know. You know. We talk. We talk.
I hear what
we
you're
talk.
saying. But
They just happy to be with us and be
seeing
able
what
to
you're
sell
saying.
it.
I
I
see
I'm
understand.
just thinking, is that going to cause division?
Well,
between
you got to
teammates?
think about it like this. When they hire, I call hire up. When you come up to that level, you already know what it is. If Ray Jack the man, I'm coming in there, I'm like, Ray Jack the man. But every time I ball against Ray, I'm gonna give him the business.
Yeah. Or if
Because
I'm on Ray's
that's
team,
that's
I can't
competition.
make waves if he
You know
getting
what
us
I'm
to the
saying?
show.
That's
I gotta
competition,
play
man.
my position.
Right, at all
Because At the
times.
same time, when Ray out there shooting that jump, I'm gonna run across the cream. I'm gonna have a T-shirt on that say "Cookies and Cream." By
Yeah.
Dawn. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
market.
I get
You know
you.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Because you
yeah.
can't tell me it ain't a million cats that would have played with Zion and never seen the court. Long as they could have
Exactly.
been on that team with Zion Williams. They would have took no money. They'd have did it
Yeah.
for free, bro.
Well, see, I'm kind of like you in a way.
Yeah.
I like that you can get your likeness, but at the same token, it's never going to be regulated because even if you say, like now, kids get more of a stipend than what we got.
They got
Right.
a whole lot of money.
So
Everybody though.
it doesn't matter if you go to Michigan, Duke, it's going to be the highest bidder. So even if you say, okay,
That's
my
just how
life,
it
like
is,
when you
ain't
was
it?
a,
Yep.
was you come from an iconic brand.
Right.
That's story. That right there, y'all got documentary. Everybody know who y'all were.
Man.
So y'all gonna make more money
Then
than
all
everybody. So there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But when they say, I think what they're really trying to do is like, how can we try to? Everybody looks so amazed on like, oh my God, I can't believe when they hear these scandals about
Yeah, right.
recruiting violation. Come on, man.
That's
It happens
just-
everywhere.
that's
Come on, man. Don't act like you don't know that.
But by the same token, it don't matter if you say, okay, we're gonna get every kid, which they're not, but you know, then you got the Title IX with the women, but every kid gets $5,000. It don't matter because somebody gonna say, well, I'll pay you 10.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
pay you 20.
I got 100 for you.
So
I got
that-
100
that's
for
it,
you.
yeah.
So you're not gonna regulate.
You never are.
You never, no
will.
matter what, because it's gonna always be a highest bidder.
Well, and that's
The
my
college
thing.
with the most money.
Allow the kids to have their likeness. Just make them to where they
He gonna
control
get you.
them. Make them
Yeah.
free agents. That's all I'm asking.
See,
I don't care about the money.
It hadn't been-
Because we can hustle.
win.
It hadn't even been an iconic team
Richest
like
guy,
y'all.
right.
It was
Right.
UNLV.
History.
Then it was y'all.
It was
Right.
UNLV.
It hadn't been a team like that. Market changed the game since.
Well,
I
Not
agree
like
with
that.
him.
I mean, but the game is different now, though, because every year you got
A new Fab Five.
Yeah.
A new
something
Fab
different.
Five. Right.
No,
Y'all-
you don't.
Y'all were first.
Well,
No,
he's being modest.
He always
Nothing-
been modest.
There will never be
But that's
another
the-
dream team.
Because y'all
There'll
did
never
it
be another
first.
Fab
Right,
Five.
right.
Y'all did it first. So
right.
even if the next 5 All-American go to Duke, it still ain't what y'all
That's
did.
just what it was.
But I want the boys to make their money
Right,
off the
right.
hype
Yeah,
machine,
yeah,
too.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want them young boys to get paid off that. Because you got to look at some of them boys from the Fab Five. I didn't get paid from them. I didn't get to the league.
Yeah.
And then you look at the kids from the Duke team this year.
Oh,
All them didn't get drafted. It's
Right.
a point guard that came back to school and doing,
did.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So he might lose value. Let that man make that money.
Well,
right
that, well, that does another thing. The one and done is stupid.
it is.
It's messed up.
It is.
Why is that?
Hold on.
No.
We're going to break. We got to go to break.
Oh, boy.
This
We got
what
pay some
happened.
We need about
We got
another
pay some
hour.
This is what happened.
He said we need to have
Hey, this is what happened when you get legends in the building.
Yeah,
They
man.
have a high IQ and a high passion and love for the game and what it's done for their lives outside of basketball. We've been able to see the world because of this game, man. It
Yes.
means the world
Yeah.
to us. So we're going to come back in the fourth quarter and finish strong and
Throw them
drop this whole
questions. You
game.
got some questions. You better
Come with
get
them
them
questions.
I'm telling you.
We signed an autograph.
We might
go overtime tonight, baby.
Right. They ask no question. We're going to keep on going.
We're gonna I love seeing these boys
Yeah,
together,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Like and share though.
Yeah.
Like and share. And
Please,
get the ones. What you say?
please.
Big
I need
tell 'em.
them ones up there, man. Let you know you like the show. Come on. We see y'all.
We hyping our
Y'all need to
fourth
see
quarter,
us.
baby. Locker room.
Yes,
Come
sir.
back. We finishing strong.
We gonna pick.
Got great athletic ability. to that defense that time. With almost an entire half to get it back. It's there. Watson, 67-51. Anders, Watson. Tony Watson once again led the Southwest Conference in three-point shooting by hitting 50% of his shots from behind the line. The Texas guard's going to take off. And there's Watson for three. Coach Penders thought he'd get a couple of those opportunities, and right off the bench, Watson drives in his first shot from beyond the line. Swatted by Juwan Howard. Watson, a stylish three-pointer. Well, they weren't doing that in the first half. 20 points in the score, 20 points in high school. Let me tell you. Watson, shooter's roll. Through the ceiling. And he'll hit a three-pointer. Not only does he jump well, he shoots the free well. Brown won the battle with Hill. Just didn't give up the ball again. And you have to give up the ball in it, but you have numbers. You're 3-on-1. Look at the open man, number 15 over there. 35 is open. And by the way, he will shoot it from out there. Pickett forced into a wild shot by Winfield. Watson. Oh, nice! Tony Watson felt the clerk. Who else? He felt the clerk behind him. Instead of going for the dunk, he slows down, controls his body.
Who really pressed is that Kentucky coach.
We love it, though. Hey,
We live.
We live. We've been talking. We're going to keep talking.
Yeah.
It's rare air up here.
It's thin in here, right?
It's privilege, bro, and I'm thankful and honored, man. Let me say that again to y'all. I love y'all, my brother.
You know we love y'all. Love you too, boy.
These are the guys that set the bar for me, man. So I ain't gonna even lie to you. I love y'all. But let's talk about this one and done, man. Let's get into it, man. What are your thoughts?
Guy, he won't talk about it.
Well, I disagree with the rule. As a rule, you shouldn't limit a kid in his ability to go. Now, if he's not ready, don't draft him. To me, that's on the GM and the coaches because they always drafting on
saying straight
potential.
from the muscle.
Yes.
They drafted on potential. You don't know what this kid, because how many kids that's All-American high school players, they don't even do well in college sometimes. You never know which one of these kids is going to pan out. But I'd say you shouldn't have that rule to force them to go for 1 year because you're not accomplishing anything. The Zion, whoever goes one and done, man, that 1 year they did at Duke, he's not going to be that much better. Because at the end of the day, you can always get your degree. You're always going to go. The rule is set up to limit it. Everybody can't go to the NBA. Right. Whether you go for 1 year or 4 years.
1 in 10,000.
All I'm saying is you shouldn't have the rule in itself.
In place. I agree.
And it only affects basketball and football. Those are only two sports because football is 3 years, but basketball is 1 year. Now, baseball, you have the option. I like that rule a little bit better because they tell you either you can go be in the minor leagues, we don't have that system set up, or if you do come to school, you have to be here for 3 years. Right. So at least you're getting closer to obtaining your degree. Because at the end of the day, there's still only 1% of people going to make it anyway. So all I'm saying is I don't like it because it shouldn't be a rule.
Right.
Now, most kids don't pan out even though they try to go straight from high school. But again, that's on you for drafting all these kids because it hurts a kid to go to college for 3 or 4 years. Remember back in the day when we was coming up, the Clyde Drexler, Elijah Wan, it didn't matter who it was. They was in school for 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
That didn't affect their career.
The Grant Hill.
But now
made them better.
It's like, man, dudes is getting to the league off what they did in an AAU tournament.
Let me tell you this.
Exactly.
That is so true.
But this is the problem with why we lose in the World Games. Because you don't have a complete basketball player now. You got
individuals.
You got prima donnas, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got them bangers in there.
That's always been if you know the body like you do,
right?
You ain't peaked until you really like 30s. True. So not to honor a kid
maturely wise in muscle and everything,
Right.
So not honor a kid that's did 3 or 4 years of college,
right?
And then a kid that's won and been hyped and never played against grown man.
No.
You can't wait at the same, my brother. At
'Cause
least
you
give
do-
credit
you
to that
do
dude
one
that's
thing
been
to him
around
and
me.
he done
That's
right
my
here.
thing.
And
Wait
then
at
draft
the
him
same-
first.
Yeah.
They'll draft
They'll
him
draft him
first.
first.
You can be an All-American in high school, go to Duke and average 4 points a game.
Yes.
You would draft him before you draft a kid that's been all Big Ten 2 years in a
2
row.
years in a row.
Because he's a junior or a senior.
Right.
That's a broken system.
That's
It's
a broken system. Yes, it
I
is.
agree
But
with you.
but you're
on that.
forcing them to go for 1 year.
Yeah.
What are you getting out of going to college for 1 year? In the second semester, you're not even going to class.
Orlando, now a lot of people get mad at me. Orlando, Tony Watson, Dooney didn't say this. Bobby Mack didn't say this. Ray Jackson did. It's a minority issue that I really look into that with. I really feel like because basketball is a black sport that we have these stipulations on our black men, and that's why I get upset with the Jay-Z. Let's go to the NFL. Man, get behind Ice Cube, man, and let's start our own leagues where we
Master
own this.
P and all
we
them
run
boys,
our own
man.
league. So with me saying that, I'm a part of the HBL, Historic Basketball League, and we're going to offer these opportunities to our young men and women as we move forward to women. So we'll give you some more history on the HBL and how we're going to operate. But shout out to California for getting busy with allowing these kids
that's
to make
good.
some money
That's
out
good.
there.
To line
But
up.
back to it. Let's talk about this program a little bit. Give me your team right now. Oh, who's your team?
I'll be honest with you, I don't have a team.
I don't have a team either.
Ain't that
Who
something?
is
I
your
don't
team?
have a
I'm,
team.
I'm gonna tell you what. I look at chemistry. I
don't
look at
either.
chemistry. I look and see what players
You
out
can't
there
have no team.
and the chemistry. So I mean, right now,
Wow.
what I'm looking at is a young Milwaukee Bucks squad
Okay.
that looks like they can gel together. And you got to understand why I'm saying this. They got a foreign superstar on their team. He wasn't built from this cloth out here.
Right.
He's a throwback.
Right.
If you think about how
On the
much
cool.
how much he works,
Yeah.
how hard he works right now.
I give you that.
And so what I'm looking to see out of this Eastern Conference Milwaukee Bucks squad is they go off of his lead, which is completely different. It used to be San Antonio had that foreign squad,
Love
and
your
Pop,
basketball mind,
and
bro.
Pop was leading that foreign
That's
team.
good.
Right.
But now we got a foreign-led superstar
Yeah.
that's coming in the game, and his work ethic is what we should have been doing the entire time.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna add to that because think about it. Since we all played in Europe, man, this happened 20, 30 years ago. I've been out of college now for like 25 years. Those kids, and I'm sure y'all can attest
Yeah.
to this, it was 16, 17, 18-year-olds practicing with us, sometimes getting to play with us with the grown men, but they was working on their craft. They didn't care
All
about
day.
one and done. And
No,
they
weren't
been
even
working
talking
on
about
their
Some
game.
of them are 14, 15, 16.
Working on, working on
Playing
their
with grown
game
men,
with
yeah.
grown men. But we want to, and
See?
well,
Well, I'm gonna tell you
so
this.
that's why you see the shooter, the skill, all of them are skilled.
All of them are
now they
skilled.
might not all be dogs,
Yeah.
But they all
They're getting
skilled.
better.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
getting
All
better.
high skills
But they were
are-
doing
yeah.
this 30 years ago.
Man.
The stuff that we're doing now, our
The young
kids,
boy in Dallas with in Dallas
Yeah, he can
right
go.
now, he a problem.
he can go.
He a problem.
Big problem.
Yeah.
Man. But
He
go
can
ahead.
get
Talk
real
about
deal.
it.
Yeah,
Talk
I mean,
about it.
you gotta think
so
about
you
it.
got the Eastern Conference. You looking at the Milwaukee
I'm looking
Bucks.
at. I'm watching.
But you know the Sixers, they saying the Sixers gonna run
the
things.
the
out
Sixers. They came out with that marketing scheme of just trust the process.
Yep.
Well, that process is stuff that we grew up on.
there. Man, life.
What they did was just sold what we just did, what we grew up doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They sold it to a whole market.
Right.
We've been doing that. So the thing is, the process is, what do you mean Ray Jackson and Orlando didn't play on our national team? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
They had to come in there and play against us every single day in order to make that squad.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As a freshman and sophomore, you ain't just gonna walk on the squad. These boys have been working, so that means you're gonna have to put in the work.
There you go.
Okay, so what does that look like for an NBA team? What that looks like for an NBA team is that the process is we gonna come in here and work, and it's a bunch of young cats. We're gonna apply an old school system to it, and you might lose some games in the beginning, but you got to know how to lose.
System.
You got to
You
keep
got-
that system intact though for a little while.
Absolutely.
You can't disrupt that system.
Absolutely.
No,
It's
it's
not
not
Absolutely.
microwave. They got to
It's
go
over.
3 or 4 years with the
Yeah, it's
system.
not
So-
microwave.
so
And it's
what-
happening.
Gotta work
It's
them out.
happening.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? Talk to me about that league, cause I'm a Houston Rockets fan, man. I'm a Keem Olajuwon, and I just don't know no different. I like players in the league.
I like players.
I like
I like
the
players.
Rockets, but I'm a player dude. What you think about the league?
I'm going to go a different route. Love NBA basketball.
Okay.
I'm a college basketball fanatic
All right.
I feel that.
because I think in college sports, they trying to get to that next level.
And they doing what
So
they
they're
have
not
to
taking no. They're not taking no games off.
They hungry.
They hungry. They sacrifice. I'm a college basketball fanatic.
Man.
When it comes to basketball, professional wise, I love the WNBA.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why I love it.
That's deep.
Because I feel that they are more fundamentally sound. You know, they can't use some of them can use their athletic abilities, but not like the guys in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
So they're more fundamental. Like I coached 6th and 7th grade basketball, and they would always want to watch ESPN highlights of the NBA.
You see, that's the difference.
I would sit them down and have them watch a quarter of a
There you
WNBA
go. There
game.
you go.
Basics.
This how you backdoor cut.
Right.
This how you do a great bounce pass. This is great shooting form.
Right.
So when it comes to basketball, I don't have a lot to say about the NBA. Talk about college basketball, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
Talk about the WNBA, I'm all over
I
it.
take that as you feel like the league a little soft, man. It's
The league ain't the league not
commercial.
It's commercial.
I like the league because it's some great players, man.
Yeah,
it's some great players.
Because even
the league.
Golden State, the way they play is how basketball was supposed to be.
There you go.
I agree.
People think they're like drawing up man. If you pass and cut and pick and go to the back, pick and
to the
back door,
open man.
man.
that's how we grew up playing basketball.
That's-
Now they do it on level because nobody can shoot like Stephen Clay. I mean,
Right.
obviously, then you throw in KD.
Right.
That's
Yep.
not even fair. That's like going to the gym.
Come on,
all
man.
y'all, let's go
That's
play
everybody
code.
pick- yeah, we all had all the
But that being said,
thumb, right, left.
that's the way basketball because it turned into an ISO game.
Yeah.
And it's really NBA is just predicated because guys are just so talented.
So talented.
Well,
And you don't know until you play
Yeah.
on that level.
And
Yeah,
the
you know how
game
talented
has
they really
changed.
are.
The game has changed. If you think about it, back in
Touch
the day
fouls.
when Mike was playing, it was nobody shoots jumpers.
Right.
It wasn't. It was everybody was trying to go
mid-range.
and go
Mid-range.
to the hole and dunk on
It was
somebody.
more physical.
It was
Yeah.
off the kick.
The
Yeah.
guys can't shoot that thing.
But
more,
nowadays, you got
Oh,
a lot
no,
more
they
shooters
ballin'.
out there, man.
Yeah,
Especially
they
when
using
they-
their skill set.
Well,
Yes,
but
they
it's just
are.
like
Yes,
football.
they are.
They've taken the hand check. They've taken the hard foul.
They
out.
soften it.
So the rules are different.
We call it soft,
You know,
right? We
right?
call
Because
it
back in the
soft.
day,
Yeah.
somebody like myself, the first thing they would say, "Oh, he's too smart."
Yeah.
But now the game is so wide open, you can't touch me.
You can't
So I go where I want to go.
It's soft.
Back in the day, you
See, that-
hug.
Yeah, for real.
That's the point I want to get to. Like,
But they're great.
How do
Yeah.
you feel? Because, bruh, you came through and, I think all of us share 50 pieces at some point in our high school careers.
Most definitely.
But think about if we could play in today's game with no contact, no
Man,
hand.
it'd
Maybe
be
you
some-
used to be able to put
Be
your
some
arm
other
on
100 more
it.
games, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
You got to be man.
No
How
doubt.
you feel about that?
100.
What you think? That's what I think I would have got to see it.
Easily.
I'd have committed.
Even when you watch the highlight, I have my son watch the highlight. He be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
He just, he just went to the line on it. Remember when Kurt Rambis got clotheslined by
Man.
McHale?
Yes.
Man, he went to the line.
Yeah.
And they kept playing.
Kept playing.
Now you
Nowadays,
suspended
you
You
better
go.
for 2 or 3 games.
But
You
he
might
messing
get
up
a
when he hit you
lawsuit.
across the head,
Yeah.
everything.
But it's different.
All right, I got
but
a
these
question.
boys can't shoot that ball, man.
Who would win? The Golden State Warriors versus that Chicago Bulls
Chicago
team?
Bulls.
Yeah, easy.
Well, I'm the.
They body.
It depends on which
With
era. It
the
depends
Red
on
Ray talked about it again. I said, Ray, you can't even touch these dudes.
It
man.
depends
Man, I ain't
on
gonna
which
lie, man.
era. I think
I'm gonna
back
tell
in
you
that
with the
95, 96 era.
They would have put him out the game just on elbows.
I was going to say that. The
I'm-
physical
I'm-
side of the
I'm
game. The
gonna tell
physical
you,
Man, but
side
those
of the
guys could have played.
Right, Glenn?
Some people are generational, man. They're like saying
I say
Magic
the
couldn't play
same.
today.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was-
that's
Oh,
you
yeah.
right, you right, no, you right, you right.
Some
you right,
people
you
I
right.
say the same, but I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh.
This is the most. This
Yeah,
is one of
man.
my most favorite basketball players ever. Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
He was the answer for Kevin Durant. He the answer for LeBron James. He was the answer for Magic Johnson that
But-
allowed Michael Jordan to get his first ring.
But
in
then you got
2
Jordan.
don't
But
even
see,
know
they-
that,
see,
though.
Jordan got it
Yeah.
now going Steph or Clay.
Yep.
They got to guard him though.
Well, true.
It's
But
gonna
we
be
do
a
got
whole
that's a
lot
three-headed
of-
monster.
That's a
But,
three-headed
I
monster.
mean,
That's right.
Mike was defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
Mike to
So, I
play.
mean,
But what I'm saying is just two of them.
Yes, true.
But when you
hold
put them
on,
clamps on them, though.
Hold on.
But you can't
Don't
clap all
forget.
three of them.
Don't forget when they brought in Ron Harper.
But all
9 inch
but
arms,
all-
9
but
feet
you know
arms.
what? I agree. But
Right.
man, Ron was older.
Yeah.
He would have been that dude with Steph, man.
But I mean, his
Nah, he can't
defense.
hold
But you
His
just,
defense
you
would've-
got. I'm gonna give you the three that shut everything down. You got Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan,
And Dennis Rodman.
But see, Dennis gonna have to get on
Rebound king.
Draymond or somebody. He not gonna.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, Detroit, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
He can get out there on the rack or Clay. Then that's different.
No,
But
we
not
got
Chicago
Scottie Pippen.
Bulls.
We got Scottie Pippen.
Well, I'm just saying, but not Chicago Bulls. Dennis Rodman. He was 38 years old, man.
That's
Still putting in work. Ain't no lie.
But he wasn't gonna be able to run out there. Man, Clay and Steph run out around.
No, he was just frustrated.
No, he
shut
couldn't do
Draymond
that.
Green down.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
but
don't
Draymond Green,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Ron Harper would have made that run with them boys, man, and not at that age.
I think
Not in
you would have.
96,
I don't know,
man.
You got
You
Dennis
gotta
Rodman.
wait. Oh, and I saw you do it, bruh. You didn't even give boys the business all the time. You IQ'd them. So
Well, you had to have
Ron
spoken.
Harper, if you don't forget, was Mike's nemesis.
Right before he got hurt, but he
Before
was.
he got
That
hurt.
was, but
So
he.
IQ,
But
he was
Chicago,
already-
Ron Harper wasn't the Clippers
or
or
LA,
the Cleveland Ron
or-
Harper. Yeah.
Exactly, definitely what.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's like because me, Showtime Lakers is my favorite team of all time.
you know my Uncle Bo. But see, what I don't like, and this is to be honest,
James Worthy got
very honest.
buckets.
Like amongst us, I like discussing that a little bit. But really, I just like to appreciate the eras because when you
They're
talk
different.
to them young
They're
boys,
very different.
they like, man, we stand on y'all shoulders. They appreciate each era. The real basketball scholars, they like, man, we love the Fab Five, but we love that generation.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
understand? So for me to compare them to us, that's just conversation we have behind the scenes.
That's just
But
conversation.
in the world, man, that we love each other, and I think that these boys are taking the game to the next level, man. I really like the athleticism
Oh, yeah.
and the skill set of the game.
Yeah.
I don't like
long.
the physicalness.
Yeah, it's not physical enough.
You know what I'm saying?
These
But
boys
I
are
like
long
that.
and skillful.
Oh,
man.
my God.
When you got 6'8", 6'9", think about Kevin
jumpers like it
Durant,
ain't
man.
nothing.
And Giannis, if Giannis can shoot,
Yes.
even Kawhi, like, nah, these
How
boys
big
is
his
long.
hands
So
are.
with that being
athletic.
said, would you, based on your recruitment, go to college or go to the league? Based on your thing.
With the opportunity, I'm
going to
the league.
overtime, y'all. I
I'm
got
going to the
legends,
league.
Mount Rushmore.
Hello.
I'm going to if I had the opportunity, I'm going to the league.
Gone.
Without
Just like
To
that.
the league.
Straight
Just
up.
like that.
Even if they say one and done,
Well,
how
put it to
would
you
you
like this:
approach it?
if my son
this
right
season?
now was a McDonald's All-American, they about to tell me he about to be a first round, a lottery pick. We going
We
to the
gone.
league
Yeah.
And that's it.
No doubt.
because you can always get your degree.
Right.
Yep. You can go
The
back.
school is not
So
going
you would
anywhere.
take your son overseas for a year based on the ruling now? What would you do with
I
your
don't like the
child?
one and done. I don't know if I would do the. I probably would. You know what? If no one and done, I probably would go take that experience for college. I think I'd rather have him go to college.
Yeah.
Like I say, if he's a kid that can go to Duke or wherever, I'll take that over going overseas.
And I'm going to tell y'all this, Orlando, and I'm going to be real with y'all, Tony.
Yeah.
If my son end up top 25, we ain't going to school. But if you do see us, if he's ranked top 25 coming out of high school,
Well, that rule gonna be gone.
yeah,
It's
hopefully,
so-
we pray to God.
Yeah.
We pray to God it's gone. But if the rule is still in place and he's top 25,
Yeah.
we're going overseas a year and coming back. But if y'all see him on the college campus, we got the bag, y'all. We took the bag.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
y'all see my son in
Yeah.
college and he top 25, he got paid to go. Daddy and mama got some.
Shut up.
Straight
man.
up.
Hey,
Stop
ain't
with
that-
that,
ain't
though.
nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
just telling y'all, man,
That's
I ain't
just
playing
straight
that
up.
game
Yeah.
because I'm part of the HBL. You come to Daddy League.
Yeah.
Come to my league.
Yeah,
You
yeah, for
understand
real.
what I'm saying? We
That's
got
funny.
options. The key to life is options,
Yeah.
baby. And we talk about that all the time, B. We in overtime, man. I got legends. Anything you want to talk to these legends about? Anything y'all
Man,
want to
I
talk?
just-
Let me tell y'all this.
Man.
Tony Watson opened the game for Pflugerville, Texas. I need y'all to understand this. But I also need y'all to understand this. My man came down here from Houston, Texas, just to spend the evening with counterparts.
That's big.
You understand?
That's huge.
So I want to shout out Bobby Mack and my other brothers from this weekend with the Brotherhood coming
That's a
together.
beautiful thing.
We building a legacy, man, where y'all gonna see our kids ain't gonna have no excuse. They gonna see men come together, work together,
Solution.
celebrate each other, uplift each other, and take this to the next level. Them falsehoods y'all done heard about the black man, that's a lie.
Yep.
We out here taking care of our families, doing the best we can through everything, staying together and uplifting. I want to talk one more thing, man. This is near and dear to me, man.
All right. Shoot him direct, man.
What fed your hunger for basketball? What fed your hunger? What fed your passion? Because, like I said, y'all were great. In my eyes, monumental.
Mm-hmm.
What fed that hunger to be great?
I just loved it.
Yeah.
To be honest with
Straight
you,
up.
like I remember my mama telling me one time well, you probably should stop. You're gonna get burnt out. Somebody put that in our head.
Yeah.
That's what I love to do.
Right.
That's what I love to do.
Passion.
I mean, you couldn't pry me away from. I didn't want to do anything else. I mean, sports was. I love all sports,
Right.
but basketball was just my passion, my love.
Yeah.
Anything. Nothing came before basketball. So I wanted to be the best I could possibly be. Y'all were inspirational,
Same.
as well as like I said, the Foxes, the Seds, the Sams, and all the great players that came through Austin back then. And like I tell people, we sound like old men, just like people before us.
Yeah.
But I've had discussions with men before us, and we get to the facts. Man, I can give you 10, 15 kids from 85, probably up to 20 kids from 86 to 91 that all went D1. It's all on the same team.
Right.
You don't see that in Austin anymore.
See?
And that's not even
Man.
including the NAIA, the JUCO.
All that,
I'm just
everything
saying.
that come with it.
So man, going to y'all school or playing against y'all, man, I was so, man, I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to fail.
No.
It was inspired. It was inspirational. It made me want to be better.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. It's almost a loss of words. I can't even describe the passion that I had.
Same with him. The passion. I found something I was good at, and I knew I was going to do all I could to be great at it. I had that hunger for basketball. Love track, love baseball, love football.
Yeah.
But basketball is the only sport I ever played and the only one I ever wanted to play.
And you gave 100%.
I gave 100%,
Yeah.
100% of the time, man.
Right.
100% of the time.
That says a lot, though.
You know, and we had the video games back then. We had, stuff that we
All
was
of
doing
that.
with friends and all of that.
Yeah.
But all of that was on the back burner.
You starve your distractions.
Man, I
You
mean,
hungry.
When you hungry, you starve your distractions.
there you go. There you go. There you go. Man, that's what I'm talking about. I like that.
Your distractions,
Man,
baby.
that's for real though, man.
That's real talk.
All of y'all did it.
Man,
Right?
all of us.
Yeah.
Every last one of y'all did
Yes.
it, man. And that's why y'all up here and we speaking and
We had
everything
no
is
clue,
nice.
but we
no
just
clue.
doing it, man.
Just
Just
doing
for
it.
the love of it.
I didn't know I was gonna see you on the 5-5 locker room back
Right.
in '88. We was playing.
We
each
just
other.
playing.
I
We
was
just playing.
We was just playing.
But I knew I wanted to be better than him.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to be better than him.
Yep.
I knew I wanted to
I
beat them.
knew I wanted
Right.
to
I
beat
knew I
them.
didn't want to lose to them, and that drove my hunger.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we had
so
what
what
drove yours.
Well, you know what's
competition.
crazy is that basketball was my worst athletic sport.
Wow.
That I absolutely couldn't dribble and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah, because you was a damn near all-state high jumper. and all
High jumper, wide receiver. My first letter
Yeah.
was from University of Texas from Fred Akers as a receiver.
Wow.
I didn't even, and then that was my second best sport. Track was my thing. I was a quarter runner. I ended up running at Texas,
Right.
jumping at Texas.
I don't know if a lot of people know this.
Yeah, tell them that.
I mean, that thing for me was, I was like, man, my entire family plays.
So you
The
went to
pe-
college? Hold on.
Hold on. He didn't just open the door.
Yeah.
He busted it
No, I knew that.
out. No, he busted open though,
You know, I
man.
know all of that.
Yeah.
Tell them what you did in college. You played
Say that
basketball.
again.
And I,
You
and I,
participated in
and
Say
I,
that
and I
again.
ran track.
Man.
I mean, and that was I mean, for me, it was like, let me just go out there and do it because, I mean, why not? I'm
Yeah,
here at the
man.
University of Texas.
Man.
Why not? And it just so happened one of my boys, Jason Duff, got hurt on track,
Man.
and I was like, put me in. I'll do it.
Right.
I'll do it. And I think they saw that when we was in conditioning. 'cause I ain't
Man,
never
that's
get
what I was
tired.
gonna say.
I ain't never
Great.
get tired.
Right.
Wasn't no getting tired.
Right, right.
I seen him run a 4-minute mile. Oh, what was your fastest mile?
Miles 402.
4:02.
402.
I'm talking about that's world.
Man.
Chris
I mean,
Clapp,
they were-
who's sitting over there, that's world class, Chris.
They were
I
getting.
can throw up behind that.
Chris, I was throwing up while he was running. I'm talking about Chris. We talking about 5 in the morning.
Man.
5 in the morning after staying up
See what
till
I'm
2 in the
saying?
morning.
But how did
But
that help
man,
your
but
balance?
But what it
4-minute
did
mile.
was
Talk
is
to
that
him.
what it did was it
Man.
fueled me because I was like, man, these guys are so good. They don't play another sport because they dedicating it all to basketball.
Basketball,
So my sophomore year, I had to call Fred Akers, I had to call all these recruiters and say, that's it. I'm not playing football anymore. I'm not running track, even though I had the second fastest quarter in the nation.
Yeah.
I'm not
In the
doing none of
nation.
that.
Man.
I just want to play basketball, so I had to catch up. I remember going to the state gym, the drum,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sitting in the bleachers. I see a guy dribble behind. I said, "Is that Orlando?" He just standing there, dribble behind his back. His
Like
back.
what nothing.
I was like, "Man, I can't even do that. I can't do that. I gotta work. I gotta work. So I would go every day to Givens. I go every day to Rosewood, to the outside courts. Man, dang, Orlando here. Damn!
He finna hit you with one of them presentations.
That's what
Every day.
When we were at UT, talk about that sacrifice and dedication, he used to carry basketball everywhere he went.
Everywhere.
To class,
Everywhere.
walking on campus.
Legends, y'all.
Had a
Everywhere.
basketball
Legends,
in
y'all.
his hand. Everywhere.
That dude told me, he said, if you can't shoot, you can't dribble, we don't care who you dunk on.
Man.
I said, okay.
Yeah, I got that.
So I took my basketball. You must don't know where I'm from, partner.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went, I
all
dribbled.
over campus.
And
That's
if
what
you,
he did.
if you look at my stats,
You mean tell me you didn't get a trainer to pay? You didn't pay no trainer?
I didn't pay now trainer.
Get some cones
nothing.
out?
Man,
No,
right
it
now-
ain't.
it was the rocks on the ground. It was the rocks on the ground
That's
with my
what you was
cones. If
saying.
I hit that rock, it's gonna go across the street.
Exactly. Man, you
I had to negotiate. I had to negotiate.
Ball gonna run.
Straight
you
up.
have to
You
run
gotta
after
run,
that
you
ball.
gotta
I had to
Yeah.
negotiate with the professors. Please let me bring my basketball in here.
It ain't got nothing to do with you.
It
It's
ain't
all
got
me.
nothing to do with you. I'm just gonna bring my ball in here. I ain't gonna dribble it. I'm gonna hold it. Then I used to tell people, if you can steal the basketball from me, I give you tickets to the game.
Yeah. So people would
That way-
people would try to.
Not only that, Ray, look at my stats. The very first game I took, I knew y'all was in the stands. Y'all probably wasn't. I was like, man, I know they watch.
Know they watch.
The first game I get into, preseason, I get the ball stolen from me because they said they thought I was a guard.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I ain't no guard. I'm a dunk on you though. I
Yeah.
got the ball stolen twice. My first shot was a brick off the side of the backboard. All right. From that point on, I ain't never shot less than 50% from 3-point.
From that point on.
Because I was like, I just got to shoot.
You just seen the highlights. I was in the highlights.
I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray got the ball. See, Ray got the ball. He threw it back.
You just seen the
No, I mean, but at the end of the day.
Yeah, you took it out. Yeah, Ray took it
I
out.
mean, I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the passion to say, I'm going to
Man.
take, in my mind, was my worst sport, and I'm going to compete on the top level that I possibly can. My very first top level was y'all. And I cannot
Same.
disappoint these guys because I'm the suburban kid.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't forget it.
You got a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You got a mom and a daddy at the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got your daddy can pay his bills all the time or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
whatever.
No, dog, you don't really know where I came from.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I work.
Man.
Right.
I work.
I outwork.
So tell me this, and not to venture away from that. Would you make the same decision today to go to UT? Would you go to San Francisco? Where would you go right now? If you had, knowing what you know, would you go to that same university?
I'm going to tell you this.
You missed the basketball now, bro. So quit playing. Quit playing.
Yeah, shoot me straight,
Man,
dude. You got to hit it straight,
basketball.
man.
I see you make
Straight as
dudes
an arrow
strong on
now.
the basketball court, dude. He quit playing.
Yeah.
You know what? The one thing.
I can't guard him, mama.
The one thing.
Daddy, I don't know what to do, Daddy.
The one thing about going to UT.
Clark, nigga just looked up in the stand. I don't know how to guard him, Daddy.
No, he knows. He knows.
Somebody get it.
Yeah, somebody.
The one thing about going to UT that I would do all over again is my mom and dad only had to travel 15 minutes
Man.
Boy, his daddy could cook too.
to see me play.
Mm.
Real.
My mom and dad didn't miss a game.
Man.
Our parents didn't, did they?
That's real.
That was
real.
That's real.
It had
man.
nothing to do with school.
Yeah,
it had
man.
nothing to do with academics,
Right.
or the the status symbol of being a Longhorn.
Yeah.
My mom and
That was their
dad can
baby,
get in
yeah.
That's
and
what's
drive 15 minutes and watch me play.
There it is right
So
there.
would I do it all over
Man.
again? The same exact way?
Same
Yes, I
school.
would.
Same wood.
Same school.
Yes, I would. So
Yeah.
that's my answer to that, and that's why I answered it
That's
that way.
that's a beautiful answer.
Yeah, it is.
How you feel?
And for me, probably, I mean, because the recruiting trips I went on, I went on 4. I stopped my last one after I left.
Where
there.
did you go though?
I
Where
went to
we on?
Baylor. I canceled one at Rice, canceled one at Louisiana Tech. I went to UTSA because it was close Baylor, and then San Diego State. So it was going to be out of San Diego State and Baylor. I really didn't trust the coaches, but San Francisco, for me, I love my coach.
Sure is.
And so I had a great experience.
Man,
I mean,
that's
I'm
what's
in one of the best cities in the world, so
Yep.
Yes.
I wouldn't trade it. Now, it'd be different, you know, because you got the numbers we was putting up today.
Man, come on, bro.
League.
You Duke.
League.
So who knows what that means today?
Right.
He Duke, man.
We put up numbers, man.
Man.
See, this is
So
the
I don't
thing why
know.
I love y'all because I got them old stats.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't be the leading scorer in the district because you. I couldn't lead the district in rebounding because you had I had to grind to get. Damn, dude, he had 15. Goddamn, I gotta get 12 this
I know, and I'm looking at his
That's the
stats.
same thing.
I'm
looking at the stats in the league scores. Tony Watson, Orlando, Derek Williams. It's just the list. Fox still. I'm like,
that's
I gotta crack the lineup, bro.
That's crucial, man.
I tell kids today. I had Eric was with his junior. That man averaged 18 points a game and didn't even make all district.
Wow.
Not one, two, or the third team.
Yeah.
But in our district, man, the numbers that people were putting up is unheard of. I haven't seen that in Austin. So that's why I said the old school or the new school.
Like
nobody was putting up those kind of numbers that we was putting up.
But like what Tony said, what he did was the essence of my basketball game, and that was track. We would see each other at cross country meets. You understand? So we were getting up and down. It wasn't none of this lazy basketball. We was averaging 90-some points a game.
You get tired if you want to.
If you want
you
go get caught slipping.
You're going to get embarrassed.
When we played them my senior year,
What was it?
I'm going to tell you the stats. I still remember.
I know it.
Regulation. The score, they beat us 105 to 100.
105 to 100.
In regulation.
Wow. High school basketball.
He
105
had
to 100.
38. Anthony had, you had 30, I think you had 38.
Like 38, yeah.
What's his name? Anthony probably had like 28.
105.
And then Easy had like 20. I had 48.
He had 48.
Yeah.
That was a high school game.
This nigga like 50 piece.
I'm gonna people can't see Chris Clack over here. Chris. 50 he had a 50 piece. Easily, Chris.
I seen the dude in front of Orlando.
Easily.
You remember how you slapped the floor at Duke? Yeah. I seen the dude in LBJ gym. I'm not snitching.
You dry snitching,
Look, Chris. Dude about to slap the floor. By the time he slapped the floor, I'm trying to block Orlando shot.
You know what? You know, it's funny you say that. Because Fox just sent me that. This is that play. Fox just sent me that.
See y'all snitching. Y'all
snitches, man.
Fox sent me that. That was that play.
Let me say this on regular life, Fox. I hate you, Fox. I hate you, Fox.
I love you, baby. What's up, Fox? Baby, we miss you.
Y'all can't go in. Remember he was yelling?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So look, let me tell you, he begged to guard you that game. You know that. You do know that, right?
I had 39.
He said I had 39.
I had 39.
And I only say
I
that.
hate Orlando.
But you probably had like 25. He probably had like 28. I mean, we go to play Fox. Sid had 25.
Yeah.
Fox had 22. Elvin had 17.
Fox was quick as.
I mean,
see, man.
Junior Kenny had 30. He had 25. Like,
not bragging at all.
Yeah, and I don't say that like that.
But that era of basketball.
That was every night.
I need that
haven't
picture
seen that
right
again.
there, bro.
I haven't seen that again.
Send me that picture, dog.
You got to blow that one up right there.
Seriously, though.
Hey,
Fox.
That's the introduction. That's the introduction. Let me say this correctly. Of the hesitation.
The hesitation.
In the house that raised in the house that raised. That's when we had to wear purple shirt, purple jerseys with the purple shorts, and white jerseys with the purple shorts. We had to go with that.
It was standing room only.
Standing
room only, boy.
Hey, Fox, hit me up on Facebook, baby.
Man, I used to
say, man, so what fueled y'all, man? What I asked y'all that earlier, but when y'all came to the J, man, y'all some of the old cats that
he turned into a whole nother animal.
What fueled y'all coming into my building?
It was Madison Square Garden.
That's what it was.
That was the Mecca.
It was Madison Square Garden. It was the Boston Garden. It was all of that rolled in one.
And you know what? Hold on. And you know what? We didn't go there.
And
so I was like, God damn it.
We came out. We sold out.
No, I'm talking about we didn't go. We didn't attend your school. So it was a lot of haterade going on.
Oh yeah.
Y'all had a squad. Y'all. I could only imagine being in Pflugerville. Man, I bet you they hooping right now, right after school.
Look at that.
What I'm doing? Man, this dude got a truck. He trying to go kill some squirrels.
We having dunk
contest. Yeah, y'all having dunk contest.
Yeah, man.
We over there having dunk contest.
Yeah. I couldn't wait to get my driver's license. So hey, where you going? Hey, man, I'm going down to the east side, man.
Yes.
I love it.
You got to, man. I mean, so look, when we
couldn't wait though.
Yeah,
but
man.
see, I felt the same way when I went south side.
But he was humble with it though. He come in, smash you, and leave.
Yep.
But see, no, he didn't. Cause see, we actually dated cousins at the
Well,
same
I mean,
time.
so y'all had a different. Hold on, y'all
He
had
married the cousin.
Here we go.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this.
We got real history.
I'm gonna give y'all a story.
You got some history
right
too.
there.
We ain't gonna go into.
We gonna go into We going into all of that. I want y'all to know Ray Jackson human.
And this is how
my wife right
how
there?
competitive. This is how competitive we were. Me and Ray, like since he brought that story up,
Yeah.
I never forget. We ain't never had it's never any animosity.
Right.
So
No.
never. It was a healthy respect. We went on a double date one night to the movie. We probably didn't say a word to each other. Because I think we was playing that Tuesday or something.
Yeah.
And we with cousins.
That's it.
Man, you can get embarrassed back then.
Man, for real though.
Talk.
Man.
We all knew one another, but I wasn't going up to him asking him how his parents were.
No, man, didn't care. Didn't care.
Hold on, dude.
Oh, here we go.
So let me tell this.
We ain't gonna say no names,
No,
though.
He will dross in this though.
Oh. Hey, so look, check it out. Here goes the
He
story.
will dross this.
Baby, here we go, baby.
This is what made Ray
funny,
Jackson a
boy.
man.
Here we go.
This is what made me
You
go
don't even know
hard,
about this
y'all.
one.
And I can't wait. I'm
I
so
love
happy
this.
about this story, man, because I was lost. So I'm in the gym at LBJ, and I tell the kids this. I had a little girlfriend. I'm a freshman on varsity. Keep in mind, Lanier Dooney's a sophomore, best team and one of the best teams in the state. So he the hot boy. He the big dude on campus in the city. Really.
Mr. Basketball.
Mr. Basketball. So I got a little junior girlfriend, and I'm in the gym hugging and kissing on her. Coach say, "Come on, Ray, let's go. Get ready for practice." Nah, I'm sucker for love. I'm kissing. So Coach say, "Come on, Ray, man. Let's time. We got practice." I said, "All right, Coach." So I start shooting on the court. Little girlfriend, baby, I see you later. I kiss her. Mwah. Thinking I got one of the coldest girls on campus. I keep shooting. Now,
You don't
listen,
even know
y'all.
this one, Chris.
Listen, y'all. I keep shooting. I realize, dang, my practice clothes is in the car. I slip out the gym and go to the car. The little honey I was just kissing on come out the gym. I see her hug Dooney. Man, what the? Yes, Dooney done pulled up to the J. My little broad done jumped in the car with Dooney. God, man. Say, man, when you talk about a nigga heartbroken,
Oh man.
I don't think I ever answered that girl phone call ever again, man. So every time I see him doing it, I'm thinking, man, this nigga done took my breath.
He had all kind of feel, but I never knew it was his girl.
Yeah.
It just happened to be that way.
But you missed the basketball.
It happened to be that way, man.
Say,
Oh,
sharks
man.
around sharks, man. You gotta learn
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
move around other
You gotta learn how to
males.
move.
But you know what,
Real
though? We didn't hate one another.
No.
We
And
didn't try to
still
fight one
actually
another.
really partners after
We
all
was
that.
still cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't y'all fault. It
We was
was
still
Right.
cool.
To the game.
You know?
So from that day on, 1988, 87, Ray has been a monster ever since.
Ever since
From
then.
that day on, I knew I had to stay a monster. I knew I had a monster coming after me, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's a true story.
It's amazing what women
That's a
do.
true story.
Amazing,
It'll
bro.
make a man change
A
everything.
whole lot of
I ain't
levels.
gonna go there right now.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean?
Right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got mine.
Kool-Aid and
I'm
everything,
good,
boy.
boy. I'm good.
I'm stuck
Let the
on
world
that,
know
man.
that, Orlando. I'm good, baby. Yes,
I
yes,
love it,
sir.
man. I love it.
Hey, that dude Reggie Freeman say, "What up, though?" He say, "Talk about Rod Anderson and you going at it at HT." Though.
Oh,
Man, he was on here.
That was some battles right there.
Reggie
boy.
trying to start something up.
High
boy.
five. What up, high five? I see you moving on, boy.
That was a good battle.
Congratulations.
What up, franchise?
So
Wait,
talk to us,
Reg,
B. Answer me your
Right down the
question.
street.
Right down the
And
street.
we gonna
All right, man.
He work at Dell.
We gonna.
Yeah.
I thought he was coaching.
He is.
the
He
last-
just got a
he just got a
somewhere.
job, yeah.
He
This
just
is the
got a
last
job,
question of
coach.
the night
He
right here.
moving back up.
Reggie just got a job, coach.
And y'all can answer it how you want to in any order. This is the last question.
Yeah, yeah.
We ask everybody this. What I do. Ray, piggyback also. How do you guys want to impact the world from this day forward?
Well, speaking for myself, I mean, for those that don't know, I chose to go into police work for that reason. I saw all the things that was going on, and that's how I can impact. You know, I go out and speak to kids. I work in the community. Like I supervise a bunch of community officers, so we go do reading programs, basketball camps. I do that. I go up to Reagan all the time because it's in my area. The kids know me. I go in uniform, outside of uniform, go to their practice, so they can see that one positivity as well as just the stuff that you see on TV. They'll know that hey, it's not all like that. So that's my impact.
Okay, that's what's up.
See?
Well, for me, I've actually been very blessed. Starting next year in January, I think Ray and I touched base on this earlier. To have a job as the juvenile supervising correctional officer at one of the juvenile facilities out in Williamson County.
Okay.
So I think I'll be able to impact a lot of young lives.
Right.
You know, help them get back on that right road.
Don't come back.
Don't go back this way.
Right.
Go this way. And I think I'll be able to help them because in certain instances I've been where they were, and I got out of where they were. So for me, the job that I'm going to have come January, I think I'll be able to help and impact a lot of lives.
Congratulations on
That's
that.
awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. I want to send a shout out. So, my passion, I have a nonprofit called Echo.
Okay.
Echo is an organization, and it's called Echo. The acronym stands for Every Kid Has an Opportunity.
I love it.
One of the things that Shaquille and I talked about just throughout the years, and I think it's public knowledge, is that he wanted to be a police officer.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a police officer. And I said, well, what happened? He said, I was 7'1". And so that just opened my eyes. And it let me know that if I put an opportunity out there in front of someone, who knows if I would have been a hooper. If someone would have said to me, hey man, you can be a rig manager. Someone said you can be a commodities expert for trade between the motherland and us.
Right.
Oh, really? And now if you hindsight 2020 and look at the numbers of people that don't really, even though they go to the league, they out of money now. I bet you if you would have taken that long route and got that 60, 70, 80,000 and steadily going up until you 50, and now you have wealth.
Yeah.
So let me give you, let me take you as an athlete. If you ask any major company out there, who would you rather hire? They're gonna tell you an athlete, because it's a team. You part of a squad.
Unity.
And when you work and win as a team, that company wins.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, if I can take a kid that is surrounded in this environment that I'm in, which happens to be athletics, and I introduce them to a business that they can thrive in with that same mentality, that same hustle, that same grind they're passionate about, you know, then now we have self-made, dare I say it, Tulsa, Oklahoma again. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, baby.
We're starting to build.
Oh yeah, baby.
Now
Black
we're
Wall
starting to
Street.
build.
Yes.
You know, internally.
Right here.
And that's exactly what my passion is. I want to make sure that throughout all of my travels, that I go and reach as many people that I possibly can to let them know about that kid that's in Doom's program when Orlando has come through.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that come across, because if I can just give that kid an opportunity, he touched on it earlier, we didn't pay for anything.
Wow.
What if we had to pay for anything? There may not be a Tony Watson or Orlando Smart.
Let's be real.
None of
Let's
us.
be
You know what I'm
real.
saying?
None of us.
I mean,
Let's be
and
real.
so my thing is, if I can work, put my effort in to making sure I can provide opportunities for kids and people out there, communities, then now all of a sudden you will find out that dream that I had of everybody going to University of Texas is still possible. It's still Austin.
Right.
You know, it's
Right.
maybe we build a community here. Maybe we, dare I say, maybe we build a community in Africa or some other country.
Right.
Oh yeah, baby. It's all about the mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Yes.
mean, that's my passion. I really want to create an environment to where you open the eyes of people for opportunities.
Repeat that nonprofit again.
Echo, every kid has an opportunity.
That's
what it is.
big, man.
That is big. What about you, Ray?
My impact is this right here. To unify, uplift, and motivate.
Yep.
I just didn't think nobody was gonna put us all on the same platform.
Man.
I'm glad we got the opportunity to do it. So when you think of Ray Jackson, you just think of unity. I told you, my job is to go out as the richest nigga to ever live. I don't want to be the richest. I just want to be the realest one. And that's how I plan on going out.
And that's a battle and a struggle in itself, man, because you get tested all day long with life and in general, and you trying to keep it real with that person and that thing and that thing. Keeping it real is a real thing, man. It can really make you it can bring a lot out of you that you didn't even have. I tell people this, man, education is inside of you. What you need, everything is inside of you. Everything you want is inside of you. When I bring it out of you, you show me who you are. But if nobody ever bring nothing out of you, you'll never know who you really are. So we all gotta understand when you got people who very intelligent and say, "Who are you, man?" And they'll be like this. And then they'll go like this. That ain't enough. Who are you?
Yeah.
And when you can't answer that,
Yes.
or you're gonna have to get in touch with yourself.
Right.
Looking at
You understand what I'm saying? You gotta look in the mirror, because a lot of people out here just laying down and getting up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They ain't washing their face, getting to sleep out their eyes.
A lot of people just laying down, getting up. I'm going to work. I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch Pal. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm gonna get. It's a routine.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean. And it's their own bubble.
Make it a habit.
You know what I mean.
Make it a habit.
Habits are formed good and bad.
Good and bad.
The bad ones are formed so easily because you like them. The good ones are formed so hard because you don't like it.
Yeah.
These are the things you don't like and you gotta
learn to
do.
love.
And you learn to love
learn
at
to
the
love.
end. So a lot of us gotta really look at that, man, like his passion, his path, his purpose. So they living it and it's gonna be lived. They just said it. That's why we asked that question.
That's a very good question. That's a very good question.
Very good question.
Yeah.
Kids
On
gotta
that,
see it.
look, the funny thing about the locker room, we always set it up for a part 2. When I got legends, the Mount Rushmore, you
Man.
will see them again at
Yes,
another
sir.
point and another time. We're going to end this because we run long. I usually keep it, Bobby Mack say keep it to an hour, but shit, I got them Hall of Fame.
It don't work like that.
Hey, we love y'all. Continue to like and
Yes,
share.
sir.
As we move to this next level, we're going to have merchandise. We got Big Boy Made and a lot of other things coming out. Stay tuned. 2020 is going to even be more blessed. The Locker Room. We love y'all. Thank you for your love and support. Austin Legends, the Mount Rushmore, baby. We'll see y'all soon next week, Wednesday.
Yes, sir. All right.
Appreciate it, man.
Man, that's cool, man.